Crocodile is a year 2000 creature feature directed by... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell you it's directed by till the end of the video, because after you experience this disaster, you will be absolutely flabbergasted to know what else this guy's directed. So, the movie begins with a title card drawn by a 6-year-old gibbon, and we see our main cast on their summer vacation, driving to a lake for a big old P-A-R-T. Why?
Because I gotta!
Our group of truly generic late teens consists of Brady, who looks like Derek Zoolander had a child with Tom Cruise, his girlfriend, Beige, his best friend and professional bellend, Dunkin' Donut, and the rest of them I just made up names for too, so we've got Rebound, Neck, Kit Kat, Gimpo, and last but not least, Keg. Oh, and there's a little dog too, if you can even call it a dog, so let's just call it Rat. So after buying some beer, they run into the local sheriff, who looks old enough to be your granddad's granddad, and he's all like, "Don't you go having any fun now." And all the kids are like, "Oh, sod off, you daft old bastard." They then get on board a houseboat and take off into the lake going, "Woo!" While the kids are celebrating their own stupidity, a couple of nearby fishermen accidentally stumble upon a rather unusual nest of eggs by the lake shore. "Now then, fishermen, I forbid you to pick up those eggs." "Fishermen, I forbid you to throw that egg." "Fishermen, do not break that egg, I forbid it."
Meat free.
At least he didn't smash all the eggs, I guess. And quicker than you can say ignoramus, one of the fishermen is munched by a big wet croc. The other fisherman runs away from a cameraman with a bad case of the wibbles, but seems to forget how legs work and stumbles his way to his car like a newborn giraffe. Oh, and instead of closing the car door behind him, he just lays down and lets the croc squirt strawberry sauce all over him and his car, which will be a bloody nightmare to clean up, let me tell you. The croc then purposefully pushes the car down into the lake to dispose of the evidence, as if it's actually concerned that someone might notice it. Whoever thought this was a good idea deserved to be slapped with a sailfish. And why on earth does the crocodile sound like a wild boar with another wild boar stuck in its throat? Back to the kids, and Kit Kat tells them a spooky story about the abandoned hotel on the hill, which is totally real and not superimposed at all. Now, you may be thinking that the narrative will inevitably take our characters to the creepy abandoned hotel that they've just spent time explaining the history of, but nope. Crocodile is too cool for something as lame as narrative logic. So the next day the guys are playing a game of throw the ball and catch the ball, while the crocodile looks at them through the reeds thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna eat you lot. I'm gonna eat you lot good." Then the guys stumble upon the same nest of eggs the fisherman found and act just about as stupidly as they did, with Donut even shoving one down his shorts in an attempt to make him look like he has a comically oversized penis. But he ain't fooling anyone, except his penis. Being dumber than a cretin with no mouth, Gimpo takes one of the eggs and stuffs it in Beige's backpack as a prank. I seriously don't know what he was thinking here. As if she's gonna find it and be all like, "Ah, an egg!" When in reality it'd be more like, "Oh, someone's put a big egg in my bag." Then it's night time again, and that calls for more drinks around the campfire. But things take a sour turn when Rebound lets slip that Brady slipped to the old slippery sausage at college. Beige is well annoyed and storms off, leaving Brady looking like a right numpty. Well, the night is ruined, so everyone heads to bed on the houseboat, except for Gimpo, who's probably dead. Except he's not, and a short time later he stumbles back to the boat before leaning over the side of the jetty to be sick. But then out of nowhere the croc chomps him good, leaving nothing but a Gimpo-shaped hole in his stead. In the morning, everyone's like, "Bah, what do we do? The boat got stuck and we're not where we were when we went to bed, eh?" Then Duncan Dickhead asks Beige if she fancies a revenge shag. Oh, I hate Duncan. I can't wait for this smarmy prick to get eaten. Meanwhile, Sheriff Grandad finds the nest of broken croc eggs and thinks, "Ooh, I'm gonna have scrambled eggs for breakfast, along with me 40-odd medications." Elsewhere, Rebound is trying to get Brady to play Schlam the Gammon with her, but the croc cuts her seduction short. They arrive back at the boat, which the guys are trying to fix. Oh, except Duncan, because he's a lazy twat. But the croc turns up and Duncan is about to get eaten, but the stupid croc decides to eat his bloody inflatable thingy instead. Damn it! So close. While Duncan struggles to grasp the concept of a living crocodile, Keg outdoes his dumbassery by running inside yelling, "Oh man, it's a fucking dinosaur!" No, you idiot, it's clearly a pheasant. Anyway, the croc decides to sink the boat, and instead of getting off the boat, Keg tries to kill it with an axe. The croc, that is, not the boat. Which goes about as well as you'd expect. The others watch in horror from the shoreline as the boat falls to bits as if it was held together with PVA glue and stickers. And then the croc teases them all by showing off dead Keg in its jaws like, "I got one of you, and I'll be after the rest of you in a minute." Meanwhile, Sheriff Grandad turns up at the local gator farm and speaks with Lester, who looks like the sort of person you hire as a babysitter if you don't have a baby and just want someone to beat to death. But Bossman Shirkin tells Grandad that the eggshell that he found isn't from an alligator, but a crocodile, confirming my suspicions that this film is in fact about a crocodile. Anyway, Grandad meets up with a fisherman who's found a severed head in the lake. Shirkin then reacts to seeing a dead teenager the same way I reacted when I found 7 chicken McNuggets in a box of 6. Then in a plot twist so unexpected you might just shit yourself, we find out that Lester has been feeding the croc, which is also called Flat Dog, by the way. And if that name wasn't funny enough, Lester's dialogue here made me laugh so hard it took my lungs days to recover.
Come out, wherever you are. You've been very, very bad.
Then Flat Dog eats Lester because he looks like a pedo. Back to the teens and they're lost and arguing about who's the bigger dumbass. While they're arguing, Rat doesn't even realise that it's standing on the crocodile's face, which shows that it has the awareness of a dog that's so unaware that it's a dog. If it even is a fucking dog to begin with! So Flattest Doggest chases the teens through the forest, and the CGI croc here is god-awful. Unlucky for Rebound, she gets her foot stuck in some roots, and becomes a very easy snack for our reptilian menace. Beige could have helped her and all, but she just stands there saying, "Keep quiet," as if the croc can't see her from 15 feet away. The rest of them find refuge in an old gas station for a minute or two before old Flatty McDoggy bursts through the wall like a battering ram. But instead of, running away, Neck just stands there screaming before getting eaten. The croc then has a wee nibble on Duncan's foot before knocking over some shit, blowing up half the gas station and Kit Kat along with it. So it's only Brady, Donut and Beige now, and while you might find it humorous seeing an injured man in a wheelbarrow obsessively spraying himself with bug spray while being pushed by a man with a limp, that's just a normal Saturday night for me. Luckily for them, Shirkin and Grandad find them and they all take off in the boat. But hold on to your lug nuts, cause they're being pursued by none other than Flatto McDoggo. So Shirkin tries to shoot it, but the croc hits the boat with the force of a feather duster and knocks him into the water. The weak 85-year-old is the only one who tries to help him, so Shirkin gets eaten. Then Sheriff Grandad tries to start the motor, and look how obvious the setup for this kill is.
Come on.
So the boat is broken now and our trio of tossers jump into the water and swim to shore. That's right, they swim to shore, without the croc eating them.
The sheer weight of their plot armour is crushing me.
So it's at this point that they finally look inside Beige's bag and find the egg. And wouldn't you know it, she's like, "Ah, someone's put a big egg in my bag." So now it's become obvious as to why the croc is pursuing them relentlessly, so you'd think that the sensible thing to do would be to simply leave the egg by the lakeshore and just walk away, or in Duncan's case, hobble away. But no! They hide in the bushes with sharp sticks and plan to attack the bloody croc using the egg as bait! This plan is so inconceivably stupid it makes me want to strangle my own balls to death. But then it happens. The moment I've been waiting for. Duncan gets eaten by the croc! Yes! Take that, you dildo! But then the croc sicks him up because he tastes of bug spray, and now I'm sad again and just want the movie to end. So it does, as Beige simply gives the croc the egg back, which they should have bloody done in the first place, and the three of them just stand there looking like idiots. End of movie. Oh, man, this movie is awful. And to think this came out a year after Lake Placid. And to add insult to injury, this movie was directed by Toby Hooper. That's the same guy who directed the absolute horror classics, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Poltergeist. I mean, how in the hell does a filmmaker of that pedigree end up making this abomination?
Come out, wherever you are. You've been very, very bad.
Crocodile 2, Death Swamp, is a 2002 creature feature directed by Gary Jones. When a group of bank robbers hijack a passenger plane during a storm, it loses control and crashes into a swamp. But their situation only gets worse when they discover the swamp is home to a giant man-eating crocodile. So the movie begins with... Before we get into this one, I just want to let you know that this movie has so much foul language in it, you'd think it was written by a gaggle of geese. So the chances of this video getting monetized are very low. And to make this interesting, I'm going to have a shot of tequila every single time somebody says the word motherfucker. Now, for the love of God, don't try this for yourself. I'm a professional idiot, so if anyone's going to drink themselves into oblivion watching Crocodile 2 Death Swamp, it's going to be me. Okay then. Here we go. So the movie begins with a bunch of bank robbers walking into a bank, which is a somewhat important part of the process apparently. But hang on, Crocodile 2 Death Roll? I thought it was called Death Swamp. I tell you, if this crocodile starts handing out poisoned sausage rolls, I'm going to be very disappointed. Actually, no, I wouldn't. That'd be great. And tasty. Despite the poison. Anyway, the robbers round everyone up with one of them sounding like me whenever my cat jumps on the sofa with mucky paws. first one. Right, let's crack this bad boy. There you go. Put it about it. Oh, right. That was lovely. On to the next thing.
Get him on fucking floor!
Whew, that was quick. Right, here we go. I'm on number 2. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Don't anybody move or breathe unless I tell you to.
But Mr. Rubber, we need to breathe to live. Fine. Just don't speak then. How's that? Oh, that's much more reasonable. Thanks.
You just don't learn, do you?
I didn't trip, you threw me through the glass, which was both mean and unnecessary. Then this tactical genius stands out in the open and says, "Stand down, villains, for it is I, a single policeman." But don't worry, civilians, the bank security guard has got this shit. Or at least he would have if he wasn't aiming with his bloody eyes closed. He misses, obviously, then gets shot and only has himself to blame. Once the shooting stops, the robbers grab what they came for, which in a shocking twist turns out to be money. Then they make like Anne Boleyn and head off. Later that day we see a flight attendant arriving at an airport, and she unwraps a gift from her boyfriend thinking, "Aw, a packet of Tic Tacs, how thoughtful." Oh, it's a lighter. Bugger, my breath stinks. I knew I shouldn't have had that chicken Kiev for lunch. And to make matters worse, the damn thing won't even light. What a rubbish gift. That's like giving someone a pair of slippers that don't slip. Actually, no, nobody wants slippy slippers. You might slip on something slippy. Anyway, I'm going to call her Tic Tac, and she gives her fella a ring to say, "The lighter you gave me doesn't work." And he says, "Lighter? Bollocks, I must have sent the Tic Tacs to my dad instead. Now he's going to be paranoid, he's got smelly breath." Then Tic Tac's colleague Pills shows up and says,
I hate Rain. Come on.
"I love Rain. He's my favourite ninja assassin." Then she starts necking some pills because she likes to be off her tits at work. Meanwhile, inside the airport, holy shit! Turn off your air conditioning, folks, because it just got cool as fuck in here. Who have we got then? We've got Billy the Skid, All Cranium No Brainium, Gob, and Blade on a Budget. And listen to this music, man. Oh, I'm half expecting it to turn into an orgy. Oh, bloody hope it doesn't, though. So Team Cool walk up to the check-in desk and she's all like, "Wow, you guys are so cool, we're not even going to check your luggage, or check to see if you're carrying anything illegal."
That'll be wonderful. Thanks.
Then we're on a plane, and the stewardesses ask the passengers if they'd like a drink. And this guy says, "Can you make me a Singapore sling, please? It's the only thing that'll stop my uncontrollable flatulence." Then his friend says,
Singapore sling was invented in 1915. Raffles Hotel in Singapore. I'm the champion. That's all I need to say.
"Oh my god, that guy knew where a cocktail was invented. Someone award him with a schlap for being such a smug bugger." In fact, that's his name now. Smug.
Anyone ask me anything?
Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would? Well, that's an easy one. He wouldn't, would he? Touché, Smug. Touché. Also on the plane is Cheeky Charlie, who notices that Cranium No Brainium has tattoos on his knuckles and says, "Hey fella, why do you have left tattooed on your right hand?" "I don't. That's me left hand. I know that 'cause I got left tattooed on it." Pretty sure this guy was also in Tremors 3. Yeah, I think he had something wrong with him in that and all. Then Gob blurts out,
Hey,
Something to drink, sir?
"Yeah, I'll have a carton of strawberry Ribena and a napkin to wipe off my drool 'cause I'm a gormless Neanderthal." And soon after, Tic Tac catches him smoking in the airplane bathroom and says, "Are you going to be a dickhead for this whole flight?" "Yeah, I am, yeah." "Right, well, no more strawberry Ribena for you then." "Oh, what?" "Yeah, that's right. Now sit your abnormally large skull down. Your facial features are upsetting me." Meanwhile, Pills starts popping pills like a Pez dispenser, 'cause she's determined to lose her job today. Then Tic Tac goes to have a word with Captain Peter Pilot, but he's on the phone to ground control who say, "Captain, that storm you're heading toward has a 98% chance to cause your plane to crash. Please divert your current heading to this new one. Over."
we're gonna be going through that ground control. Over.
Captain, is that wise? Didn't you hear him? There's a 2% chance we'll be fine. No, I'm not a betting man, but I like those odds. So Tic Tac announces this to the passengers, and Blade on the Budget is all like, "Wait a minute, if this storm brings the plane down, then I won't get to spend my money. And I really want some platform shoes to make myself look bigger." Right, that's it, lads. We're gonna have to take this plane by force. So Team Cool each whip out a gun and storm the cockpit with Blade saying, "Go around the storm." Motherfucker. Hey, it's about time we had another one. Keep 'em coming, fella. "I can't go around the storm 'cause we're already in it. Now please, go sit down, shut up and let me get back to reading my book, will you?"
It's only one reading you need to concern yourself with, motherfucker.
He seemed quite fond of that phrase. Oh, fuck's sake, spilled half that one down my bloody t-shirt. Back to the passengers, and Gob announces their takeover by grabbing the mic and saying,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Air Acapulco.
"Oh, it's my pleasure. Now where's my Singapore sling, you bulbous bastard?"
Shut your fucking ass.
Dude, pointing a gun at him's only gonna make it worse.
Shut your fucking ass!
You'd rather fart than live, wouldn't you? If you fart one more time, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Now.
Shut your fucking ass!
Flatulence claims another victim, although it's probably for the best. No one wants to breathe recycled fat for the whole flight, do they? Then the co-pilot looks over his shoulder and thinks, ooh, I'm gonna attack them. Pathetically. And he does. Pathetically. So Billy the Skid shoots him, but the bullet goes through him and hits the controls, sending the plane into an uncontrolled descent.
Get this shit under control, motherfucker!
Alley-oop. Oh, boy.
Do something, motherfucker!
Oh, we're on a roll now. But nothing can be done. The plane is going down whether they like it or not. But why the hell would they like it? Unless this movie is a surprise sequel to David Cronenberg's Crash. Then they would. Ugh. So everyone on board straps in and braces for the worst. But the plane crashes into a swamp, so I reckon everyone will be fine. Oh dear, it's split in two. Oh, now the back half's exploded, which gives Tic Tac a jolly old seat wobble. Once the wreckage has settled down into its new swampy home, the survivors all get out. Conveniently, pretty much everyone who's had a speaking role thus far has survived. Well, apart from Cranium No Brainium, who died off screen in the crash because God promised him he wouldn't. The survivors gather outside the plane with Tic Tac and Cheeky Charlie helping the lady he was sat next to, with Tic Tac saying,
God, she's hurt really badly.
I think she's suffering from external whinging. Meanwhile, Smug's just standing around in the rain saying,
Cold. Cold.
just go and stand next to the corpses of your burning mates. You'll warm up in no time, pal. Also, I think Cheeky Charlie is running a few minutes behind.
I'm alive!
Just realised that now, did you? Then Blade gets everyone's attention by shooting a duck flying overhead and asks Peter Pilot,
How far are we from Acapulco?
I don't know!
oh, now I remember, it's about 50 miles that way. And it only took a pistol whip to the face to make me remember. So Blade says to the others,
Get our motherfucking stuff.
cheers.
Go get my motherfucking stuff!
He likes to drop a big pairs, doesn't he? There's hair on the bottom of it. There's hair on the bottom of the bottle. Fucking hair on it because I've got long hair. Long hairs get everywhere when you got long hair. But Tic Tac doesn't want to leave the injured lady and says,
This woman needs medical attention!
not to fear, Dr. Blade is here, and I prescribe her a bullet to the head, guaranteed to stop the pain. There we go, the operation was a success.
Now get my motherfucking stuff.
Oh, God, just trying to feel it now, I tell you. Whew. But we're still okay, I think. Meanwhile, Tic Tac's fella, who I'm going to call Polo because that's another minty sweet, is on the phone with the airline and says, where's my Tic Tac, you shits? And they're all like, how the hell should I know? And he's all like,
Because you're the goddamn airline.
yeah, well, your necklace is shit.
Hello?
Then he sees on the news that the plane has crashed, and he's not very happy that this local policeman at the bar isn't doing anything about it.
Get off your ass and do something!
Senor, control yourself. We are doing everything we can.
No, you're not, and your voice is dubbed terribly. I don't know which is worse. Then this fella gets their attention by smashing a glass because, I mean, how else do you get someone's attention? Anyway, this guy looks a bit like Val Kilmer if he was a serial killer, so I'm going to call him Val Killier. Val says the authorities are useless, so he'll need a tracker if he wants to find his minty missus.
Alright, you know somebody like that?
Me? Duh. Why else would I have mentioned it? Oh, will you help me then? Yeah, sure thing, kid. Right after I drink this full bottle of whiskey. Back to the plane crash and Blade has them all hauling his luggage from the plane, when suddenly Peter Pilot gets attacked and killed by a regular-sized crocodile, which is a bit disappointing to be honest, and there isn't even a poison sausage roll in sight. Then Team Cool decide to shoot the beastie, at least 5 times!
He's already dead!
Well done, fellas. I think you got it.
We're bad motherfuckers.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Not everyone can shoot well. But Blade ain't got time to stick around, so they all set off on their grand trek through the swamp. Back to Polo, and he wakes up Val Killier with a cold shower. He reacts the same way I do when I look in the mirror after a night on this horse.
Who the fuck are you?
And he says, I'm Polo, and you're going to help me find my Tic Tac. And Val's like, nah, man, I've got some Tic Tacs here, man. Go on, take one. No, you don't understand. Take one. Listen to me. Fucking take one, mate. Fine. So, are you going to help me find my girlfriend or not? Girlfriend? Why didn't you say so? My helicopter's parked out back. Just let me finish this full bottle of whiskey first. Meanwhile, Cheeky Charlie says what everyone in the group is thinking.
This water smells like ass.
Well, it does have all 7 of your asses in it, so what the hell do you expect? Then Billy the Skid lights a completely unrelated cloud of methane gas with his cig, because that's going to be important later. Then they stop and make camp for the evening. with Tic Tac coming up with a sneaky plan, which involves mixing a loud bottle of booze with Pills' pills. So they'll wait till the wankers go to sleep, then give the booze to whoever stays awake as a lookout. Then when it knocks them out, they'll take their weapons, blow their heads off, dance a wee celebration jig, then book it like an automatic fuck it. Elsewhere we see the perspective of a much larger crocodile, which has a good sniff around the crash site, and finds the dead normal sized crocodile like, "No! Lal Timmy! Oh, what have they done to you? Oh, tomorrow was your birthday and all. And you had learning difficulties." Back to the unhappy campers and the dickheads are fast asleep, so Tic Tac shuffles over to Billy the Skid and says, "Hey, drink this you cunt. It tastes well good and not like sleeping pills. Wink, wink. We're dead." But to their surprise, Billy the Skid says, "Cheers, me dear," and necks it without thinking twice. Oh, lovely stuff. Oh, don't mind me, I just got a itchy cheek. Which usually happens right before I've... Nice! Now they can grab their guns, blow their heads off, dance a last celebration jig before booking it like an automatic fucking it. But they don't, do they? Instead they just run off into the swamp, leaving the baddies alive so they can catch up to them in a few minutes. Ugh. Then it starts raining, which wakes up the wankers, and Blade realises they've legged it.
Wake up, motherfucker!
It's about damn time I was starting to sober up over here.
I'll tell you something, motherfucker.
Woo, he's back on the doubles again. Bloody glad I'm not.
But before they do, the others have a run-in with that massive crocodile who decides to make a meal out of pills. Also, I'm really glad that they used the same animatronic crocodile from the first movie. Don't know why, I mean, I thought that film was pretty shit, but hey-ho. Anyway, Pills is a goner, so they run away, only to be caught by the wankers.
And can you guess what the first thing they say is when they catch them?
Motherfuckers!
Oh, no. No! I've finished the bottle. I'm gonna have to go and get another one.
A few moments later.
Got another.
Put your hands behind your motherfucking head!
Oh, I'm starting to regret this now. Oh.
They tell them that Pills was eaten by a giant crocodile, but they don't believe them.
The last one!
Kill these motherfuckers!
No!
You better be motherfucking right.
Oh no!
Oh, and Tic Tac's dropped a useless lighter as well. Now what's she gonna light the methane to kill the croc with at the end of the movie? Yeah, I just spoiled the ending, but you don't care, do you? Then we see Polo and Valkyria in his helicopter using this tracking device to track the plane's black box. Oh, which I forgot to mention Pills had on her when the croc ate her, so they're actually tracking the croc. But you're not supposed to know that, so I just spoiled stuff for you again. Because I'm a bit pissed now, eh? And also, does somebody want to tell Valkyria that you're supposed to smoke a cigar, not eat it? No one? Nah, I'm not going to tell him either. This is something he needs to figure out for himself. Back to the gang, and Cheeky Charlie is kicking off because the dickheads still don't believe them that there's a giant crocodile in the swamp with them. But Blade walks over and says,
Now my only concern
is getting my bags of money and my exposed right tit from point A to point B. But what about point C, Blade? The C stands for crocodile.
I'm tired of hearing about this motherfucking crocodile!
Here we go again.
Motherfucker!
Please stop.
Seeing this freaks Billy the Skid out, and he says they should just leave the money and go.
I have enough to worry about these fucking motherfuckers, but not you. I cannot lose you. You hear me, motherfucker?
Oh, stop. I've had enough now.
Meanwhile, Polo and Valkyria land the helicopter by a river and head out on foot following the black box tracker. They find the centre of the signal, and Polo finds the lighter that Tic Tac dropped earlier. But when he goes to pick it up, how do, lads? I'm looking for the buggers who killed me mate Lal Timmy. I don't suppose you've seen him, have you? No, Mr. Crocodile. Stephen. No, Mr. Stephen. No, it's Stephen Crocodile. So, you were right the first time. I was just telling you not to be so formal. Oh, okay. Well, please don't eat us, Stephen. Eat you? You didn't kill Lal Timmy, so why would I do that? Oh, you buggers! You shot me in the nose! Well, I'm gonna eat you now, aren't I? Ugh. So they run away with Polo saying, "Nice one, Val, you pillock!" My bad. Fortunately, they make it to the dinghy and take off down the river. Then the others see the dinghy heading their way, so Blade tells everyone to keep quiet.
Like my cat when he nicked a packet of bacon from the fridge. He would have got away with it too, the little bellend, if he didn't drag it into the one room in the house that I was sat in. Not his most intelligent decision, I must say.
When the dinghy gets closer, Polo sees Tic Tac and calls out for her. But then Gob flips it over. He holds Polo at gunpoint, but then Val pops out of the water and holds Blade at gunpoint. Looks like we've got a good old-fashioned gunpoint hold-off. Val tells Blade he's got a helicopter, and that he can get them all out of there if they work together.
I find out you're lying, motherfucker.
Cut your bullshit, okay?
No, that doesn't count. That wasn't a full one. It doesn't count. What do you mean it counts?
But then they notice that Billy the Skid's gone missing before the crocodile bursts out of the water with Billy in its mouth, and one of his hands is hanging off.
Oh, come on, you're doing it on purpose now.
so everyone runs away and finds an abandoned building which they climb into to get out of the croc's reach. Well, kind of, as cheeky Charlie pops his head out of the window to taunt the croc saying, "Ha ha, you can't get me up here, you scaly shit." But little does he know that this croc has attended the Blood Surf School of Crocodilian Agility, and it jumps out of the water snatching cheeky Charlie out the window, leaving nothing behind but a sad and lonely shoe. Everyone who made it into the building is annoyed too, because once again Blade holds them at gunpoint.
Blade, please, if you do any more, I will cease to be.
So Blade makes the others go back into the swamp to collect his bags of money, while he has a chat with Valkyria about, I don't know, gardening or something. But while Polo and Smug are out searching, Gob gets all touchy-feely with Tic Tac, so she picks up a bit of glass and for some reason stabs him in the shoulder instead of the neck. Anyway, she is unintentionally saved by the crocodile, which starts bashing the supports of the building. Then Polo shows up with the shotgun from Val's dinghy.
Don't try it, motherfucker.
Then Tic Tac shouts to Polo because she needs help pulling up Val.
You better go, motherfucker.
They manage to pull him up while Blade and Gob take off in the dinghy, but the crocodile gives the building another schlam, which makes Polo and Tic Tac fall into the water like a bunch of off-balance bastards. Valkyria tries to distract the croc by shooting it while they try and get out the water, but the dastardly croc gives the support another schlam and Smug falls right into its mouth, which sucks for him, but it gives the others a chance to get out, and they run away from the green screen as the building collapses. Blade and Gob haven't got far as the dinghy starts to deflate, which really pisses off Gob and we get some incredible dialogue from him.
Fuck off! Fuck! Calm down! I ain't calm down, fucking ass! Fucking piece of shit, motherfucking ball!
Acting at its finest.
You look at that motherfucking thing!
Paid. I've been paid now.
Take a motherfucker, go on!
Please stop saying it.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Surely that's the last one. He's gotta be.
Anyway, Gob doesn't get far and he's quickly munched by the croc. Thank God. Back to the others and they manage to reach the helicopter, which must have taken them bloody ages because it's daytime now. But before they can take off, Blade shows up saying,
Not today, motherfucker.
He had to get one more in, didn't he? He had to get one more in, didn't he?
So Blade forces Val to fly him out there at gunpoint, while the mints watch them fly away like, "No, don't leave us here! We will surely perish!" But then Polo pulls out a Deus Ex Machina dinghy, and they take off down the river following the helicopter. Meanwhile, Blade isn't doing much to improve his social skills, or his ability to identify aircraft.
Shut the fuck up and fly the fucking plane, you stupid fuck.
Val thinks this is very rude, so he tries to wrestle the gun off him and get shot in the shoulder. But this makes the helicopter tilt and Blade almost falls out. So Val grabs his gun and says,
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, but people use guns to kill people, don't they? You donkey!
Then he shoots Blade out of the helicopter, and so ends the motherfucker. Thank Christ. So Val turns the whirlybird around to pick up the mints, but then the crocodile jumps out of the water, grabs the helicopter and pulls it down into the river. Oh, poor Val. I had a feeling the crocodile would kill you. The mints are mildly annoyed about this, then they start getting chased by the croc, but Tic Tac notices the methane bubbles on the water, so they stop and she pours some gasoline into the river. Then when the croc swims into it, she whips out a lighter which doesn't work, except it does now because she needs it to. Then she scops it and boom, the croc goes kablamo. So it's all over, they have a victory smooch and live happily ever after. End of movie.
Well, you know what? I think I enjoy that more than the first crocodile. Then again, that might just be the drink talking. You see, I've got more tequila in my system now than blood. There's another fucking hair on it. I tell you, this is what happens when you have long hair, man. I've only got a little bit left, so I might as well finish the bottle, eh? So, Crocodile 2, what did you think of it? Let me know. Ow!